Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube page. Today I'm going to be showing you the alcohol trick with makeup. If you have broken makeup and it just looks all ugly and you really feel like you should throw it out, and that's a waste. So I'm going to show you today a quick and easy way to fix your makeup and it's still usable. What you're going to need is some alcohol, like a little cup to mix in. I'm using a medicine cup. The container, or any container you choose to put it in. The makeup, I'm using LA Colors, and my shade is medium. And what I'm going to do is, I've decided that I don't want to carry this around in my purse anymore because these caps aren't very secure. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to skip the whole loose powder thing, and I'm going to turn it into a blush or a bronzer or whatever you would call it that gets a little compact. But what we're going to do is we're going to also need some little skewers. I'm using crockpot bamboo skewers, and they're like little, here's what they look like. And get you on down here so you can see. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. What we're going to do first is move everything out of the way. Take your alcohol and pour it into your mixture. There is no precise way of doing it. It just depends on how quickly it blends, how thick the mixture is, and what you're doing with it. So this right here, we're almost down to a liquid phase, which is not bad. The other one I made earlier sat right up, but for this video I'm going to add more because I'm not trying to do the same thing I did before. So I'm just going to add just a tad more. And that also helps with scooping too. Alrighty, and you just mix until it's a nice paste. Nice and mixed together. You don't want any chunks or bubbles. And another thing you can use when doing this is a piece of plastic or saran wrap, because what you're going to do is you're going to smooth it out. See, I need enough that's going to fill up this thing right here. So I'm just doing the mix until I have the right amount that I think. I'm making a mess, and I don't care. Alrighty. Just going to mix that up. See that? It's becoming the paste I need. And the alcohol evaporates, so it's not going to hurt your skin. It's not going to give you any trouble. You know, it's not going to come out looking like water or anything. I just like mine a little thicker because I'm turning it into something different than what I'm regularly using, which is this LA Colors right here. And it'll look totally darker when you're mixing it. That's normal. But when it dries and you go to do it, it will look like it does in the container. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pour all of this mixture, scrape it out real good, pour it into your desired container. Me, I'm just using my CoverGirl container because I was done with my CoverGirl makeup, so which is not mixed into this, so I just want to tell you all that. So, go. And I like to do everything kind of neatly. I'm not trying to make a big mess, so that does bother me that I actually spilled a little alcohol. But we're not going to worry about that for this video. But just smooth it out real evenly as you're scraping it out, because it is starting to set up the way it should. I'm trying to get all of that in there real neat. A lot of people like to use the plastic trick or the saran wrap. I'm hoping we won't need either one this time around. I used plastic last time. Excuse the way I sound right now. I have bronchitis and my chest is just going crazy on me today. So it may look messy at first until we clean it up. A lot of people like to use a makeup wipe. Hold on 1 second. To clean up the edges and everything, which I'll probably just use a Q-tip because I didn't get too much on the edges. Yeah. I'm going to stick that in there. I'm going to grab a Q-tip. Just clean up the edges real good. A lot of times you could just slide it back in the container. I didn't make too big of a mess. I thought I would today. Alright, and now I'm going to get me that piece of plastic that I told you about. And I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to slide it over the top to fan it out. And just when you're doing it, just be patient, because it is still mucky and messy. I don't prefer this method because it is messy. I don't like to get my hands messy too often. So I'm constantly washing my hands and yuck. Anyway, that's just all I'm going to do to it. It's in there. It's done. I'm going to place that there, and I'm going to get me a wipe for my hands to clean it up. And this is, I'm just using a regular wipe to clean everything up. And I'm just going to clean my area up. That was real easy, not messy at all. And when this sets up, it's going to look, it's going to look a little, like that. But here's the thing, though. I did not smooth mine out the way I wanted to. Yours is going to look smooth and just nice, like when you first bought it. But I'll go ahead and I'll start trying to smooth it out. Another thing you can use is, those sponges you get in with the little compacts. You can use those and just gently slide them on top. See, this is why I didn't want to do this on camera, because it is kind of annoying to get it all smoothed out. Okay. I'm just going to clean this up. And I'm done with it. I don't need perfect. I need makeup to be set up. Okay, so another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to close it. And I'm going to go like that a couple of times. And look what it did. Perfect. And I will bring it up so you can see. It came out perfect. Now, we're going to let this dry. And that's going to be probably, maybe, it could take you anywhere from a few hours, depending on your climate. You know, if it's too cold or too hot in your apartment, house, whatever. It could take you the next day. But in the end, it's going to come out perfect. And here are some of the other ones that I have made today. Let me just get these down. This was my Revlon, and it was cracked and gross and disgusting, and it did not look like that now. I did not clean up that container. This was my blush that I had. I mean, it still looks a little goopy. No matter how many times I did this, it did not do the same thing. And then here was an LA Colors liquid that I did. I feel like that it's going to set up, but I don't like the way it's looking, so I'm just going to slide some more powder in there while we're here. And I had just made this, so it's probably still setting up. But for the sake, yeah, it's still setting up. But I just don't like the liquid form to be that messy. I like to insert my sponge, grab it, and be done. And this is just showing you the more you add or the less you add determines whether it's going to turn out right. For me, this is the better consistency. You know, it's going to set up the way I need it to. And this is basically the same thing, except a little lighter. See that? And that is what that looks like. I'm just going to put the top back on it. And this is done, this is done, this is done. And you've seen? That was quick and easy. And that is all you need. And I'm just, quick fix. Everything is done. One thing you'll need to do is wash your stuff. Like, for me, if I'm just using them for makeup, I use the 2 main sticks, and then that way I still have the rest for making other types of makeup. But, alright guys. Oh, let me get y'all back up here. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I hope y'all learned something today. If y'all like what you've seen and you'd like to see more, just go ahead and hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you from there. Thanks everybody. Thanks for visiting.